The hydraulic cycle.
Did you ever wonder where precipitation comes from, or how water moves throughout the world? Well, today we're going to explain this process to you.
The hydraulic cycle explains how water moves throughout the earth. The process of movement in the water cycle happens from help of evaporation, condensation, transportation, and precipitation.
Evaporation provides nearly 90% of the moisture in our atmosphere. Evaporation is the change of state in a substance from a liquid to a gas. For evaporation to take place, energy is required. Energy can come from the sun, the atmosphere, the earth, or objects on the earth, such as humans. Evaporation is when water leaves the Earth's surface and enters our atmosphere. At some point in our lives, we have all experienced evaporation, such as when we exercise and sweat.
Condensation is when water vapor in the atmosphere changes back to its liquid state. In the atmosphere, condensation may appear as clouds, dew, or fog. Condensation is not a matter of one particular temperature, but of a difference between two temperatures, the air temperature and the dew point temperature. An instance in where you may have seen condensation is when water appears on the side of an uninsulated cold drink can or bottle, such as the image shown here.
Once the water condenses in the clouds, it is then transported throughout Earth until it falls as precipitation.
Precipitation is the result when the tiny condensation particles grow too large through collision and coalesce for the rising air to support and thus fall to the earth. Precipitation can be in the form of rain, hail, snow, or sleet. This process is the primary way we receive fresh water on Earth.
Now that we have shown you the process of the water cycle and the different processes within the water cycle, we are going to show you a demonstration that we did on evaporation and condensation.
In this part of the experiment, I am demonstrating evaporation. I placed water in a styrofoam plate and then traced the water line with a permanent marker. I let the water sit out for 8 days and then I went back and traced the water level after those 8 days. It demonstrates how water evaporates over time and enters our atmosphere. For the second part of the experiment, we wanted to demonstrate condensation. So I placed water in a bowl and then placed plastic wrap over top of the bowl. As the water evaporated, it then collected on the plastic wrap, demonstrating how water condenses.
Children view water as the exemplary liquid, and all liquids tend to be regarded as watery. At age 5 to 7, the most common idea is that rain falls when somebody, possibly God, opens water reservoirs. Clouds are made of smoke or cotton wool, and clouds and rain are unrelated in their thinking. Clouds are also thought of as bags of water and kept above or in the sky. At ages 6 to 8, the clouds were thought to go into the sea and collect water. Then they move on to other places and give rain. At ages 6 to 9, clouds were considered to be made of vapor created when the sea is heated by the sun, or to be made of vapor from kettles. The sun was thought to go into the water, heating it to a high temperature. At ages 7 to 10, a cloud was visualized as a sponge having drops of water within it. Some held that rain falls when clouds get cold or become hot. At ages 9 to 10, clouds were said to be made of water evaporated from puddles. At ages 11 to 15, clouds were thought to be created when the vapor becomes cold. Above the age range 11 to 15, Students often feel that weight was attributed to vapor and to small drops of water. A common misconception of evaporation is the disappearance of water goes somewhere, but they don't know how or where. A common misconception with condensation is that the coldness changed into water and cold causes hydrogen and oxygen to change into water.